Prom season is that time of year where you work up the courage to ask your crush out to dance and get rejected in the most humiliating way possible. But you know, an introvert like me would never. It's an embarrassment ritual. Plus, I'm too cool for that shit. I'm lying, chat. I embarrassed myself at prom. So at the time of recording this, it's been a year since it happened, and I thought I'd give you all a little story time. So to give some context, I never actually planned to go to prom at all. I was an introverted person at the time, and all I did was draw all day. So personally, I thought prom was pretty dumb and a waste of time. But that all changed when I met this one girl. You already know how it goes, I ain't gonna lie. So a couple of months before our prom, our senior classes took a trip to Disney. Our classes split into groups of 8, and in my group was my soon-to-be crush. Now before the trip, I honestly knew nothing about this girl, but the time we spent on that trip felt special on some courty shit, and I slowly grew feelings for her. Now admittedly, at the time I tried to deny that shit at first, but I eventually accepted it and tried my best to actually talk to her. So I started taking advice from my friends, you know, talking to her whenever I see her in class, and I actually felt like I was getting somewhere. But then came the time for me to actually ask her out, and honestly I was fully stuck on this because, believe it or not, my ex was actually the one who asked me out. So when it came for me to shoot my shot, I had no idea what I was doing. But coincidentally, prom season was rolling around, and since the school year was ending, I had to get my answer soon. So I took it upon myself to actually look into going to prom. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was nervous the whole time, thinking I was gonna get rejected. Which, if I'm being honest, I was fine with at first, since I've dealt with airballing the shot before. But my friends insisted that she was feeling me and that she needed somebody to go to prom with. So I had to take that opportunity to ask her out. So I went ahead and bought the ticket, got my fit ready. I was swaggy as fuck that day, I can't even lie. And after I got myself all ready, by the end of the week, I decided to ask her if she was going to prom. And her response was that she was going, but she already had someone. And I'm not gonna lie, when I read that message, I could have swore a tear ran down my cheek. Cause even though I expected this shit would happen, it still hurt. And full respect to her, because to be honest, I waited a mean minute to say something, and I could have spared myself the embarrassment if I just spoken up sooner. Now at this point, you might be thinking, damn, this nigga fumbled like shit. There's no way this man still go. I still went, chat. Now even though the ball completely missed the hoop, I was still gonna have fun because my friends were there. And I'm not a hater, so even when I saw the girl, I still respected her because being positive keeps your own mind at peace. And I ain't gonna lie, we did have a fun time. And towards the end of prom, my friends invited me to Outback to get something to eat before we all went home. And one of my friends, we'll call her B, was helping me cheer up over the whole thing. The person she wanted to go to prom with ended up not showing, so she knew how I felt. But I guess her way of doing it was making jokes about the whole thing.
He taking that fat L though.
Which honestly, I didn't hate because it did make me smile a little. Plus, I was still having fun, so it made the whole night worth it. But after we were all finished eating and we were all getting ready to leave, B decides to pull one last joke on me. She held her hand out and asked me to kiss it. Now, I had already taken a massive loss that night, plus I helped her walk into the restaurant while her feet were hurting earlier, so I said fuck it and kissed her hand Disney Prince style. And I guess everyone including B was shocked, cause no one expected me to have the balls to do that after everything that had happened, and even caused rumors to spread the next day. But funnily enough, later that same year I made B my girlfriend, so in my opinion I won in the end. Anyways, chat, that's my embarrassing story that I just remembered. And if you all enjoyed it, let me know what y'all think in the comments and if I should do more of these story type videos. And anyway, with all that being said, take care, y'all. All right, peace.